Meet Dionysus, the Greek god of wine, festivity, theater, and utter madness. If the gods of Olympus threw a house party, Dionysus would be the one in charge of the wine, the playlists, the weird masks, and the inevitable chaos that follows. But his story? Oh, it's as wild as a wine-fueled karaoke night gone wrong. Hello everyone, and welcome to Legends and Myths, where we dive in like Poseidon into everything legend and mythology. From ancient gods to mythical creatures, we explore the wild, the weird, and wondrous Dionysus. Today, we're raising a glass to one of the most unpredictable and entertaining gods of the Greek pantheon, Dionysus, the god of wine, festivity, madness, and theater, a divine being born from fire, stitched into a thigh, and destined to bring both joy and chaos wherever he went. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a journey into the legendary. Let's dive in. Dionysus wasn't even supposed to exist. His birth was, quite literally, too hot to handle. His mother Semele was a mortal woman who had the audacity to date Zeus. Hera, Zeus's wife, a professional goddess of revenge, tricked Semele into asking Zeus to reveal his true godly form. Zeus agreed because, honesty, and accidentally incinerated her with his divine glow. But plot twist, Semele was pregnant. Zeus, not one to waste a good demigod, snatched the unborn Dionysus from the flames and sewed him into his own thigh to finish the pregnancy. Yes, Dionysus was literally born from Zeus's leg, the first and only wine god to come out of a thigh. Already off to a bizarre start, baby Dionysus didn't get a normal childhood. Hera still hated his guts and sent madness and assassins after him, so Zeus had to hide Dionysus with mortals, nymphs, and even disguised him as a girl for a while. Dionysus basically grew up in witness protection. Eventually, he discovered the magic of fermentation, turning grapes into wine, and realized, hey, this stuff makes people happy, or completely bonkers. Either way, it's fun. He wandered the earth, spreading the gospel of wine, ecstasy, and theatrical flair, gathering a cult of followers called the Maenads, who were known for their, let's say, enthusiastic dancing and occasional, spontaneous bear attacks. Seriously, these women could party and tear wild animals limb from limb. Don't spill their wine. Dionysus wasn't just a party god, though he was a god of liberation, especially for those pushed to the fringes, women, outcasts, actors, and people who just needed to scream into the void. He invented theater, helped people embrace their inner chaos, and even forced the uptight king, Pentheus, to cross-dress and attend one of his wild festivals before having him torn apart by his own mother. Told you it was dramatic. Eventually, Dionysus ascended to Olympus and got his own throne, probably after bribing the other gods with wine. He's one of the few gods who actually died and came back, making him a symbol of rebirth, madness, and that fuzzy moment between tipsy and totally losing it. So the next time someone calls you dramatic, chaotic, or too into wine, just tell them you're channeling Dionysus. Dionysus is often depicted as a young, beautiful man, the kind of guy who could walk into a room and instantly start a dance circle. Sometimes he appears with long flowing hair and a beard, looking like a rock star fresh off of a mythical tour. Other times, he's portrayed as a more effeminate youth, graceful and androgynous, basically the original pretty boy of Olympus. And just to keep things visually interesting, he's sometimes shown with small horns, especially on ancient coins, because why not? He's already the god of madness and transformation. Might as well throw in a few satyr vibes. Dionysus was the life of the party, and people really took that seriously. He was celebrated in wild, ecstatic festivals known as the Dionysia in ancient Greece and the Bacchanalia in Rome. These weren't your average neighborhood block parties. These were full-blown, wine-soaked, music-filled, borderline chaotic celebrations of life, freedom, and divine madness. But here's the twist. Out of all that wild energy came something unexpected. Theater. Yes, these festivals are actually considered the birthplace of Western drama. So the next time you're watching a movie, a play, or binging a series full of drama and chaos, you can thank Dionysus for inventing the vibe. In ancient Greece, wine was far more than just a drink. It was a way of life. It flowed through the veins of their culture, religion, and daily routine. To the Greeks, wine wasn't just something you sipped. It was a social connector, a sacred offering, a healing remedy, and even a passport to the afterlife. One of the most social and cultural significance was a formal gathering called a symposium. A symposium wasn't just a wine party, it was a sophisticated social event that mixed drinking, philosophy, art, and entertainment. Think of it as the ultimate intellectual hangout, where the wine flowed and the wisdom did too. These gatherings were typically held in the home of a wealthy host and attended by elite male citizens. Sorry, ladies, unless you were a performer or a servant, you weren't invited. The evening began with a meal, but the real event started afterward, the drinking session. But it wasn't a free-for-all. There were rules. The wine was always diluted with water. Drinking it straight was considered barbaric, and the amount everyone drank was controlled by a symposiarch, a sort of wine referee. The goal wasn't just to get drunk, but to reach that perfect buzz where conversation, poetry, and laughter flowed freely. At symposia, guests would recite poetry or engage in philosophical debate, play drinking games like Korobos, where you flung wine dregs at a target. Yes, really. Listen to music and watch performances, discuss politics, love, life, and the gods. It was a place for bonding, learning, and letting loose, but with style and intellect. And of course, Dionysus was always honored during these gatherings as the god who made the whole experience possible. Dionysus wasn't just the god of wine though. Let's be honest, that alone would have made him popular enough. He was also the god of fertility, festivity, madness, and religious ecstasy. Basically, if it involved letting go of control, breaking the rules, or embracing raw emotional freedom, Dionysus was your guy. He ruled over the moments when people danced until they forgot their worries, when laughter turned into tears, and when divine madness blurred the line between humans and gods. Whether it was crops growing, parties exploding, or people losing themselves in trance-like rituals, Dionysus was behind the scenes, pouring the wine and turning up the chaos. Let me know what you guys think of this fascinating deity in the comments. Was Dionysus a divine party god or a chaotic genius? And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that thumbs up button so I can keep bringing more mythological content your way. I really appreciate all the support. Take care, and I'll see you in the next myth.